I'm Joshua, and I'm going to show you how to make a cheap and effective incubator. First, you're going to need a large styrofoam cooler, as we have here, and thermometer and humidity gauge, and a small dish for water, some chicken wire, light bulb, and a light socket. Oh, and a picture, and the glass from a picture frame. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the lid of your cooler and you're going to cut a hole in the top of it about the size of the glass frame, maybe even a little smaller to make sure it doesn't fall through. And once you get your hole cut and the glass fitted on, you're going to seal it up really tight with duct tape. You want to make sure you seal it really, really good so no heat leaks out. And once you get that done, you're going to take this 1/4 inch mesh or 1/4 inch chicken wire, and you're going to cut it to the size of the bottom of the cooler, and make sure it comes up like this so it can protect the chicks from the light. Once you get that done, you're just going to push it in the bottom and make sure it has a little bit of space from the netting in the bottom. And what this is going to do is, once the chicks hatch, there's going to be a lot of feces left over, and the feces are just going to drop through the mesh, and it's just going to keep it a lot cleaner and a lot easier to clean. So once you get that fitted in, then you're going to cut a hole on one side of your cooler, and you're going to put the light socket into the cooler. Once you have that in there, make sure you tape it up really nice and snug, because like I said before, you don't want any heat escaping. Once you got that all taped up, then you're going to want to put your light bulb in. I chose a 40-watt light bulb with a dimmer switch, and it just gives me the best results because it gives me enough heat, but with the dimmer switch I can cool it down and make sure it's not too hot or too cool. You might want to try 40-watt, 30-watt, or 25-watt and see what works best for you. And then once you get all that set up and all nice and secure, you're gonna need to have a little water dish like this, and if you have a little tiny sponge that will go in this, or I just used a rag, and this is just gonna help monitor how much water gets put into the air for the humidity. And you're gonna need some humidity because that's gonna help the eggs hatch, and it's just nicer to have in there because it will help control the temperature too. And so once you got all that good, and you know you have that, then what I did was I just went to my local pet store and I just got a thermometer and a humidity gauge, and it's just 2 little gauges just for a lizard, and they work really well and they're really accurate, and I really like them because they don't take up much space. So once you got these, you're just going to put them right where you're going to be putting the eggs to make sure you get the closest reading to what the eggs will be, to make sure your eggs aren't a way different temperature than what you're reading. And then go ahead and get those set in place. And then take your water dish, set that right in there too. I like to go on one end of the cooler and tape it up so it acts like a hinge. It's just easier to keep on and take care of, and it comes in handy. Then get that. I bought a cooler cooler with handles and clamps, and you don't have to buy it. I just bought it to just keep temperature in, because temperature will be really important to hatching eggs. And so I just got the large cooler with the clamps, and then I got my dimmer switch on, and then you just, once you got all that done, you just plug her in and see what happens.